Hello, chat. It's me. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry if my voice sounds off. I don't know why my voice is hoarse. It was not like this yesterday. Oh. But, hello. It's been a minute since I saw y'all. I was gonna stream yesterday, but yesterday I had a really bad back pain. I somehow pissed off the lumbar muscle on my back. And so I couldn't like stream for a minute for like a day. Took a day to like actually rest my back and stretch it. It feels a lot better today. I've been doing a lot of stretches today to make sure it doesn't act up like that again. But hello, it's me. It's your local egg. Back at it again. Today we are going to play Moonlighter. It was a game that was lovingly gifted to me last stream. If y'all remember, Kaylee popping up. Kaylee gave me Moonlighter. I'm very excited to play Moonlighter. So we're gonna play this today. Why are you going feral? Is it because of my sick voice? Is that why? Is that why? Bruh. But I'm really excited to play a new game on stream. It's really similar to that. It's supposedly very similar to that demo I was playing last stream. So I'm very excited to play it today. As you can tell, my throat is hoarse. I don't know what happened. I feel fine. Like I don't feel sick, and that's the part that's confusing me. Is I don't feel sick. So I don't know why my voice is doing this. I felt a little warm earlier, but like that warmth kind of went away. I don't know if that was like a body fever or what, but so yeah. So that's why I sound off. I have water. I have cough drops. So I should be fine. Theoretically, I should be fine. But I wanted to play Moonlighter. I wanted to stream. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna stream Moonlighter. I will do my best to try to rest my voice while I'm playing. I have cough drops. I actually should probably take another one. Yeah, these cough drops, I got lemon and not lemon, honey. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with my voice. I don't know why I suddenly lost it. I haven't done anything lately that would cause... Oh, did I lose tracking? But how the fuck? How did I lose my tracking? Are you gonna open the game in the background? Hold on. Give me a second, chat. Trying to get my tracking back on. I don't know what happened. When I get back right. Oh no, my entire B2 studio froze. Oh. That's what happened. Hold on. Yeah, I realized my model's not even doing its thing. But it's okay, I can fix it. Let me load it back up. But yeah, so you're wondering why my voice sounds like this? I'm losing my voice and I don't know why. But promise I'm taking care of it. I didn't want to skip 2 streams in a row. I already skipped like 2 streams this week, technically, because I want to try to stream on Sundays again, but I didn't do a stream Sunday, I didn't do one yesterday, so I want to do one today. So that was my plan. Okay, come on, model. There we go. There we go. Hello, chat. Might be cute in a way. What? My voice? You like... What is cute about my voice right now? Explain, Ayaka. Explain. You can't just call me cute without consequence. Consequence being I'm forcing you to tell me why. Stay sick. I'm telling my girlfriend you said that. At Ribbon, help. Ayaka told me to stay sick forever because of my sick voice. This is bullshit. Ayaka, what have I done to warrant you trying to make me sick forever? Funny, you know what? I can't even argue against that. But yeah, like, mind you, my voice wasn't like this yesterday. I was in another streamer's stream, hanging out, and my voice was perfectly fine. But today, my voice kind of started getting progressively weaker. Like, right now, to give you an idea, right now I'm talking at the level I normally talk, and it sounds off to me. And I didn't know if my ears were plugged or something, but it sounded off to me. It sounded like different. I don't know how to describe it. How would y'all describe it? Out of curiosity, since you guys, especially those of you who like listen to my streams, I want to know how does this voice sound to you? Because I do have like a sick voice. I do have a sick voice, but my sick voice is usually like my voice gets deeper. Like, normally when I'm sick, my voice gets really deep. Not like whatever this is that's going on. This feels different. This doesn't feel like when I get sick. This feels like, like if you're, like, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels different. It feels weird. But how does current I'm losing my voice egg sound compared to normal egg? Ah. Now I'm gonna load up the game so we can play it. That's what you guys are here for, so watch me play video games and hang out with me. Also give me a chance to like rest my voice. Okay, I'm gonna load the game first. I'm gonna load the game to see what happens if my model is gonna like freak the fuck out again. I want to play onto a couch and watch TV or something. What does that have to do with my voice? Is my voice making you want to do that? Why? Elaborate. You can't just offer to cuddle me, say you want to cuddle me really badly, and not explain what it is about my voice that is eliciting the reaction of you want to cuddle me. I need I'm doing science right now, chat. We need clarity. There you go. Game is up. Usual sick, deeper voice, also nice. It stays sick forever. Insane. You sound sick. Sick equals cuddles. So what, am I like eliciting, like... Am I, like, eliciting, like, this reaction in you to, like, take care of me? Is that what's happening here? Yes. Okay. This is why I said I want to do science. I'm trying to do science here. I'm a very scientific egg. Sometimes. Give me a second. I am gonna find... I'm trying to find a cord to plug my controller into my computer. So I can use my controller with the game. Because I'm gonna play this game with controllers since it recommends controller. Why are you getting feral? I'm confused. You're sending mixed signals. First you say you want to cuddle me. Now you're getting feral. What are these cuddles about to turn into? Gonna get up now? Okay. I'm plugging in my controller. I know it connected. Why is it not doing anything past that? You woke up like half an hour ago? Oh, okay. Did you sleep well? Needs more mouse bites to live. Wait, I need more mouse bites? Wait, who needs mouse bites? Come on, controller, you plugged in, you should theoretically be working. Controller, please. Like 7 hours. Oh, there we go. Like 7 hours are pretty good. Okay, good. Sleep important. There we go. Now I have my controller plugged in. Okay. I'm gonna do a normal game slot. And because I like playing, I like story, we're gonna do normal. Like 7 hours still pretty good. Yay, that's good. I didn't get a lot of sleep, that's because of my back. Among the stars of the night, there is a land as old as imagination. One night, mazes full of extraordinary treasures and deadly creatures appeared in this land. They called in the dungeon, strange, ever-changing ruins of unknown islands. Soon a village of the slightly curious took root near the dungeons. This they named Rainoka. Among the settlers, two groups shine brightest, heroes and merchants, glory and riches. But the dungeons proved too dangerous. They were soon closed as too many lives were lost in their depths. Life became hard for the town, especially for the young owner of the oldest shop, Will of Moonlighter. Long dreaming of opening the mysterious fifth door of the dungeons. Oh, he's locking in. Yeah, we're locking in. Here I am, chat. Oh, that's telling me how to move around. Look at me. Me, chat. I like breaking stuff. Getting new kind of commission I've never gone before, so I'm trying to find a person. If you send me, I was looking at VGen earlier because I'm looking for like a specific artist for something. And if you want, you can send me what it is you're looking for, and if I see that while I'm looking around, I can let you know. I also know like a few artists. Ha! Get fucked, idiot. Goodies. One more potions. I'm a loot goblin. It is my job to collect all the loot. Yeah, I want that. Goodies. Got a lamp. Oh, God. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta lock in. Oh, fuck. What happened to my broom? Chat, I'm scared. Fuck. I fell. Why is there so many of them? There I go. First step, probably. I forgot some games do that. Hey, look, they fucking spam me out. Rude. What a sorry-looking kid. Fuck you. All alone now. Rest for a bit, Will. I have you now. Oh, you know who I am. Even as a mere child, barely able to walk, you are curious in the dungeons. There is no doubt you carry the same obsession as old Pete. Morning, boy. Did our little merchant bite off more than he could manage? Well, listen to me. The hard truth is this. You are the last of your family. The only one left to run Moonlighter. You can't keep pushing yourself like this. Risking your life on this fifth door nonsense is foolish. Just leave it. Find some artifacts, then use your pendant to get out of the dungeon. And for creator's sake, stop using that broom of yours, you daft boy. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Mine from back in the day. Use it. I have little need for it now. Oh yeah, I got a sword and a shield. Now then, get up. You are wasting light. Can't have you neglect the shop all day. Let's see if I can get through your hard head some of the tricks that I picked up from your grandfather so many years ago. We can sell stuff here, it looks like. Successfully selling your merchandise takes knowledge of two things. You must know an item's value, as well as its demand. Come now, open the shop up and allow customers in. I'm not allowed them in. Oh, actually, chat, I saw something. I saw something earlier. When I was getting, like, the thumbnail for this game, I saw a post that had basically the quote-unquote perfect prices for every item in Moonlighter. Now, I want to use it to get the max amount of money I can without screwing myself over. So, it's up to you guys. I want to use it, but I don't know how y'all would feel about that. We got a customer! Yay! Did you see that? Best expression you can hope for. The item wasn't too expensive for them, and not so cheap for you to lose profit. Be sure to pay attention to your customers' expressions. That's how your grandfather always knew if his prices were fair. Yeah, because that one's at 170. You're one of the names who helped me on Tao. I'm glad! I'm glad I did. Glad I helped you on Tao. I hope that was a good help. So I think many guys are here for second playthrough if you struggle too much. Yeah, I'll probably save until, like, I really need to get money. You and Cup Katie Pie. I don't recognize that name. Are they another streamer? I don't think I need to tell you how that item was obviously overpriced. Lesson learned? Finally, be careful of selling a popular item too much. If you flood the market, you'll have to offer cheaper prices on your wares. Point is, charge higher when something is in high demand and in low supply. Oh, they're a VTuber? I should check them out. I'm gonna write this down. Up, Katie, Hi. Okay, bad. Take out your merchant notebook. It should hold all the information. You have gathered undiscovered wares and artifacts. Okay, so the perfect price. Okay, it keeps track here. I like that. I like that. That's useful. It would seem the sun has fallen for today. I best head off. You'll pick up more on your own. Restoring the shop to its full glory, that responsibility falls to you, not I. In your blood will make us proud. In the meantime, why don't you try out that new sword of yours? Dungeons are more perilous at night, but one can always find better artifacts. Just don't dive too far and use that pendant, boy. Go on now. These weary bones of mine must rest. Okay, I need to go find a dungeon. Convenient dungeon sign. I didn't recognize her name, gotta make them a friend too. I hope they're a cool friend. Never mind, this is not a dungeon. Like I thought it was. Wait, no, it's right there. Oh, I see now. Okay. Back into the slime dungeon we go. I have totally normal feelings about slimes, Chad. Promise. Okay, let me drink some water. Am I not using my... Hello? Why am I not using my... Why am I not using my sword? Oh no! I think I was supposed to equip it before I jumped in here. Game, I can't... Oh, there we go. I figured it out. I figured it out. Figured it out, Chad. I bought a pair of Heelys built it, but it turns out my feet shrink a size on HRT, so I have to return them by next size down. I have my share of woes. I'm sorry. I have some shoes that aren't Heelys, but they have like... oh god. Oh god. But I have these shoes that have like rollerblade wheels in them. You can pop out. And I like them. I haven't worn them in a while though. Fuck, I was supposed to fall. That was not the plan. To a person of hopefully far better luck than I, my time is short. Took injury from the strange creature across the room. My pendant all but shattered from the scuffle. Check him out, though. I say I fare better than he. Caught me spying on him near the Guardian's room. He dropped a couple items when he fled. One of which is this map diagram. Whatever it is, I was right. They called me crazy. Said old Crazy Pete done gone lost his marbles. But I was right. Each guardian of a dungeon must possess a key of sorts. All of them linked to that giant locked door outside the dungeons. The fifth door of Rhinoka. Sadly, I won't be around to see the door open. Whoever found me, I apologize for the smell. The diagram should be around here somewhere. Please, open the fifth door of Rhinoka. These dungeons are not what they seem. Obviously, I don't know what they're called, though. Wording them that isn't just Shein or Temu. I think I got mine from, Amazon, but I've had them for years, so I can't remember. Big Boss gonna kill me! I supposed to let them all out. I'll have to chase this weird creature that stole my stuffs. Ah, Big Boss gonna be so upset with little me. Okay. Okay, small feet hammer. Can't find any niche Amazon in my shoes. In my size. Wait, I don't have small feet. My feet are 9.5 in women's. What do you mean? Is that small? Damn, you're my size. Okay, see? I was 10 by 9 for Heelys. Yeah, I'm a 9.5/10. Should you small up, go size up. The young proprietor of Moonlighter has returned. You look intact. Finally learned to use that pendant properly? About time, boy. What are you holding? The chart of the dungeons? Where did you get this? You found old Pete? Dead. See? This is what happens when you chase what's behind the door. Leave it, Will. Just get the artifacts you need from the Golem dungeon. And look after Moonlighter. Now, I noticed some posts on the town board that may interest you. Some shops want to move in, attempt to revitalize this town. Apparently, they need some startup capital first. Would be nice to see some new life in Rhinoka. Nice indeed. My size 9 are too small, I'm gonna implode. I hope you're able to find a pair that fit. I need lots of money. I'm gonna change this price. I'll make you... $50. Trying to figure out what I can make all these prices. I feel like this feels too high. What if I make you... No, I don't want to make you 50. You yell at me to get up? Get up! Eh! Get up! So I can bother you. How else are you gonna be a menace to society if you don't get up? Get up! Ah! Ah! I will make my throw worse until you get up. Eh! Okay, okay. See, I'm good at getting people up. In more than one way. I was right. So that price is 5. Okay. What the vines? Are the vines also gonna be like 5? What are you giggling about over there, cereal? I see you giggling. Kind of pink. A lot of whetstone. So these are probably like fairly cheap, right? What those faces, man? Oh, that's too expensive. Come on. You didn't like the price I put for this. Oh, I just make it like 4? There you go. Bro, I'm trying to make it cheaper for you! I think I'm sorry about prices. Yeah, I might need that guide. Okay. Let's change these. What about 8? There. At least you fucking bought it. All I care about. Why are you mad? Okay, fine. Fuck. Okay, well, if I make it 6, will you be happy, Dad? Why aren't they crashing out on me? I gotta learn the prices. Tell me what price you want it at. Okay. Oh, cool. Healy's got back to me. I can return now. That's good. I'm glad. Okay, enjoy your post office quest. Little chat, I'm gonna be greedy.
Please, 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 please.
What was that in response to? What are you pleasing? Village where a post office delivery sounds like a Dark Souls arena. That's really funny. No chances. They're being mean. You see this water lamp? We're gonna make this shit like 250. Fuck them. You wanna know what else we're gonna make expensive? There's a random ass fucking stone. We're also gonna make this 250, because fuck them. They're annoying me. Bestie! Hibbies, hi! I'm sorry if I sound off, that's my voice. I might be losing my voice and I don't know why. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's okay. I don't know why. Like, I feel fine. It won't be so mean on these items down here. I'm gonna make this one 150 instead, so I can make money. And then bars. Let's make them 50. Ha. Yeah, I don't know why I'm losing my voice. It's very weird. Holy fuck, you actually bought that? I'm not gonna. Who am I to complain? Oh, we just made a fuck ton of money off of them. That's super funny. I'm gonna invest in both of these. How have you been, bestie? We're breaking back in. I'm happy guy. My dad is going out volunteering at the kids' hospital. I'm happy to actually getting to interact with people again. Sounds really nice. I'm looking for snacks in my bag right now because I want a snack. Apparently one of the cupcakes exploded in my fucking bag, so give me a second, I'm gonna lick the cupcake off of this. There, I got a cupcake. Wait. I don't know if y'all heard the fucking gremlin noise I was making out, so I was eating that cupcake. Basically said to me, I don't need to go interact with people again. I'm retired, so I'm gonna sit in the house and watch TV. See, my grandpa's done the opposite thing since he retired. He never was one who liked to go out. Now he's out like past fucking midnight. I'm like, what are you doing, Grandpa? I'm like, who said you could be out past midnight? And he's like, why do you care when I'm getting up in the morning and when I'm going out? I'm like, when did I get a curfew? I'm like, you gave me a curfew. I'm doing it back. I just think that's a logical answer here, okay? My dad and friends are all around his age and aren't in this state, the ones he did have. Oh, that's fair. I don't know if my grandpa has friends. That's fucked up to say, but I genuinely don't know if he has friends. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Why is this slime enveloping me? Like, I'm usually into that, but not right now. A friendly slime pet or friend would be so nice, the best hug. I have totally normal feelings about slime. You can believe me. I need empowering crystals to enchant my weapon. But those seem really hard to find. They do not seem to be in chests. Oh, we got a goodie. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Free. The slimes are like kind of fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. See, for a second I thought this was like lava on the floor that I had to like dodge. I didn't realize it wasn't. Yeah, I have no slimosis, huh? You need to fix that, what the fuck? That's a crime. Be my shit. You fuckers trying to rob me? See that they literally picked up the items that I just got. I earned. Fair and square. What are we gonna do about him? There you go, problem solved. Oh? This is a thing I have to worry about now? Oh wait, egg, slime, cat. I think I have a slime character. Either that or I need to make one for totally normal reasons. Why? Why do our tools keep disappearing? Chambers full of precious stone are left untouched. The rooms and chests holding our most basic tools keep vanishing. What's this? Oh, I can heal here! Hell yeah. Oh, you're a boss! This was not part of the plan. Right, I do. Oh god. Fuck, I died. I dropped my shit! I'm so mad. Now we're playing again, fuck you. Fuck you, nah. Yay. Healing time. Bro, are you kidding me? Oh. Huh. Well then. I guess I didn't have to crash out. Here are the other rooms. Oh, there's an ad break. Okay, so while the ad break plays, I'm gonna go see if I can find anything to help with my throat. So, go ahead and take some trash out of your rooms, all that good stuff. I'm gonna start the ad break right now, so that way it runs its course, okay? Hello, Chad. Welcome back. I muted my mic briefly because I was putting someone a voice recording on my voice. So I was like showing my partner like, hey, I might be sick. I don't know what my voice sounds like right now. And also so I can like listen back to it to see like how different it does sound. Because I can hear it, but listening to it will be a different story. You know what I mean? Strawberry, good. Fuck. Oh. Yeah, I'm close to death. I don't like that. No, we're gonna leave. I'm not gonna risk it. I already got like a lot of goodies. I think that's good enough. Would anyone even buy a broken sword? Is that something people actually buy? Is it? I don't know. That's true, there is a blacksmith. Let's put our sleepy asses to bed. Hey, you must be Will, no? The one who requested my forge? My name is Andre, Forge Master Extraordinaire. I like how, because of the way his facial hair is, it looks like his mouth's just perpetually open in a oh, face. If it's weapons or armor you seek, Vulcan's Forge is the place. Okay. I can buy some stuff. I need to own stuff for this. I do have stuff for one of these. But I don't have the money. Someone just want to sell stuff first? I'm gonna find the potion maker. I want to see what the potion maker's got. Oh, a customer. My apologies. It's just this book. It's so good. I relate to that. Okay, yes, I am Eris, Weaver, and Potion Master. Come to the Wooden Hat when you need a potion or enchantment. What do you want to craft today? Not that this book made me come, bro. Are you fucking the book? Like... Okay, we need to... Time to make some money. Hopefully. Damn. Oh, okay. Bought that. That's insane. I feel like I could probably sell this for like 300, maybe. Let's see. I either 300 or 350. I don't want to risk 350. I did not like how expensive the iron bar was, so what if I bring that to 40? Do I like it then? Are you kidding me, bro? Oh, you know? Oh, I'm about to make a fuck ton of money. Okay, so what? Do I need to make this like fucking 30? Happy St. Patrick's Day. Is that a, what is that? Is that a ferret? Why is he green? Who made him green? No, I don't think these are, I don't think they want these right now. Oh, fuck. This is a, what the fuck is this, bro? What is this that you sent me? Can I make you green? Why do you want to make me green? Ooh, excuse me. Why do you want to make me green? I'm not a goblin yet. Why do you want to make me green? Yeah, how expensive do you think I can make these swords? You think I can make it like 150 and they'll go for it? You think they'll go for it if I sell it to? Let's see. How desperate are they? I also like that this one NPC in here, their thing with all the this backpack they got going on when they're all turned to the side, it looks like the like with the wind zip icon. Holy shit. Hell yeah. Oh, well, they still bought it. Do you know what? Fuck it. Might as well throw these up there. Actually, no. Actually, yeah, we'll just keep them there. Fuck it, we ball. Surprisingly, they will buy a broken sword for a lot of money. I don't know what their plan is with the sword, but fuck, we ball. How much do I want to sell fabric for? Sure it is. Fuck it. I got like one piece, so it's gotta be like somewhat rare, right? That's how that works, right? Holy shit, that did work. I'm gonna close shop because I ran out of stuff. I'm gonna go get one more potion made. Have you found any new culture artifacts in the dungeons, Will? I always find it fascinating how all the items we find in the dungeons appear to be from entirely different civilizations with unique cultures. Bro, all I'm dealing with right now is slimes. I'm getting jumped by slimes and violated. Not in the ways I want to be violated. I want more health. Let me in, you son of a bitch. Hold on, let me see. And go left. Ooh, fuck. Fuckers. Hello, Propinator. I'm playing this new game that's really fun. This dungeon seems like it may have been a peaceful place at one time. Now it's a graveyard full of stone soldiers waiting for scavengers. Okay, so the boss has to be up this way. Why? Why do our tools keep... I already read this. So we'll heal here. Then we're gonna keep exploring the rest of the dungeon. And we'll come back here for heals. You got a new GPU? What'd you get? Tell me. I want to know. Let him fly off. Ha. Ha. That's a new item. I'm gonna heal at the pool again. Asus RX 9060 XC 16 gigabyte. Hell yeah. Did you already put it in? How's it running so far? Oh, you look angry. I don't like that. I need one of those for enchantments. Oh, that's dangerous. Horizon 9 is running better than expected on 2K. Hell yeah. Hey, you know what that means? I'm glad that it exceeds your expectations. Because it's always better when something exceeds your expectations than when it, like, doesn't hit them at all. And you're just like, bro, what the fuck? Today marks my first steps into these mysterious dungeons. They were discovered not far from Magnoka, a small and incredibly charming village just north of the crater. And they are quite a unique occurrence. Any number of adventurers may enter a dungeon at once. No one will adventure together. These dungeons seem to build themselves around the one entering. A unique maze for each person, never the same labyrinth twice. One must ask though, if no one is currently inside the dungeon, does it even exist? Now these are the questions. Many right now are flooding to these dungeons for their treasure, completely disregarding the inherent danger of the hostile creatures inside. Just for some gold, some fame? But not I. No, it's all about the questions for me. Where did these dungeons come from? Why do they constantly shift and change? And why are they filled with unseen treasures? I'm not here for the what. I'm here for the how and why. Okay. Oop, we've successfully cleared through all the other level of floors. Let's go deal with that boss. Okay. Hell yeah, I learned his attack patterns. Do we dare to go deeper? What's this? This is one of the strange devices that creature dropped when he fled. This one's rich, actually. Almost quite literally rich. For every item you place into this device, gold of some perceived value drops out. It's great if you need to use your pendant in a pinch. The device looks like a mirror, so I'm just gonna call it the mirror. Keeping it simple. I do wonder, though, where do the treasures dropped inside go? Am I getting the best deal here? I got a mirror. This is if I need to, like, if I need to get out faster. Right. Sure, my current went off 4 minutes ago. It's okay. I'm just yapping. I got goodies. I got many goodies. Go this way. Oh, those are hands. I think mildly terrifying. Oh, you hurt. Got your ass. Damn, my inventory's full now. You know what? I'll take this as a chance to peace out. And there's 3 games that are a bit unstable. But, well, at least, like, the important ones aren't, right? I'm guessing? And there you go. Majority is decent, that's what matters. Okay, so we're gonna place... Quick place those. Quick place the steel. Quick place the fabric. Quick place it. I don't want to quick place the crystals, because those give me stuff. I want to keep those. I am gonna go to the empowering lady. Warframe is unstable for some reason. Huh? That's weird. Oh, hi, this book's so good. Yes, what can I do for you? I want to do enchantments. I want to see what I can do for enchantments. It's gonna cost me 1k. It'll be worth it. Okay. Money time! Let's throw the broken sword up here. I can get to 140 FPS on TK, but the drop of the FPS is brutal. See, So, fun fact, most of the time I play my games on like 30. Like 60, I always like cap my games. Playing like above 30 FPS is very weird because I'm so used to like playing on a gaming laptop. And when I play like higher FPSs, my brain doesn't understand it. My brain feels like it's worse. It doesn't get it. I don't know why my brain's like that. I wonder how much I can sell the crystal rock for. Do that. Kept at 75 FPS, but it's using more watts than balls to the wall. Maybe it's not optimized for capping? Hi, Nodo. How are you? I'm seeing care of a 1-year-old one right now. Aw. I hope that's going well for you. How much I can sell the water sphere for? Yeah, she's just getting some floor time and playing with her bigger toys. I want floor time? What the fuck? I remember when I was younger and I could handle, like, laying on the floor all the time and shit. And now, like, that I'm older, if I lay on my chest for too long, whether it's on my bed or on my floor, my ribcage hurts. I'm like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. But no, Cyberpunk is capped at 60 FPS for ray tracing architecture at mid. Everything else is highest setting. Yeah, I'm not the one to talk to about how to max out your fucking video game stats. Ninjas lay on top of me shouldn't hurt at all. Bet. Although I do weigh a lot. I will warn you of that. But I have a sneaky suspicion knowing you're okay with that. Yeah, there's a cat. Just nipping my hands just now, I don't know why. Yes, enchant my sword! Yay! Now it does more damage. Alright, Chad, it's dungeon time. Hold on, I want to go do something. I do have a lot of money. Who are you? Oh, they'll go retrieve items for me. Vivi, that's your claw. Vivi, that's your claw. Vivi, that's your claw. Probably I weigh a lot too. So you're telling me I get a free pillow? Hell yeah. No. No, we got one piece. I'm glad I picked. So, I was attacked by a moving rock today. Can you imagine? A rock that moves. I did what any sensible person would do in this situation. I smacked it right back. It shattered upon the ground, leaving behind a stone heart. A core, as we have come to call it. One of the many unique treasures that can only be found in this dungeon. Brought by a guard unique to only this dungeon. I have to say, each one of these dungeons have a very particular environment. Culture all its own. Throw slime at egg. What? I'm gonna. You're not getting this. You're not getting it back. Keeping it for nefarious purposes. Also, thank you for the head pats and self-care check. I have my legs propped up on my bed. Let me stretch. Oh wait, there's things I can break up here. Nothing here, fuck. Shit. Trying to get me, he's trying to get me, he's trying to get me. Oh, let me go, let me go, let me go. Fuckers. There we go, potion. Ooh. Goodies. Oh, now he's stuck in there. Look at him. Look at him. Also, I will do snack time. I just finished eating some strawberries. Now we heal. While we heal, I'm gonna drink some water and fire another stack. Finally finished the 1990 storyline and got 6 planets mastered in Warframe. Hell yeah, I'm proud of you. I still need to go for all the planets, on Steel Path. Okay. And that's the thing, yeah, that's the thing I have yet to do. I'm gonna go back to here and heal. This yogurt tasty. I don't trip to hot springs heal you in games. I feel like if I did go to a hot spring, it would heal me. Oh, that was mean of you. Got your ass. Oh shit, I'm full of stuff. Well, let's sell off these. You go, merchant mirror. You can have that. What else in here do I want to sell that I don't really want? The iron bars. You know what? I'll give these up. Small skin, see that enough skin 1999. Bet. Nice skin Hollow Knight 2. I love the background sound. Yeah, I need to play Hollow Knight still. I'm gonna take these goodies with me. Wait, are the eggs going in here? Wait, so those are eggs. Wait, I can have pets? I didn't realize I could have pets. Here's the ones screening streaming Valve for distributing games and music because Valve doesn't have distribution rights. Okay, then they need to go after every other fucking, like, publishing platform? Which they're not gonna do because they're gonna lose. But also, like, that's just fucking stupid. I'm gonna be real with you. The lawsuit that they're trying to do against Valve genuinely sounds like they're just trying to fuck over Valve. Because they're mad that people like Valve so much, so they're trying to go for Valve in, like, a legal way and trying to get rid of them out of the market that way. That's what it sounds like. And I firmly stand by that. And if I remember correctly, it's a UK company, ain't it? I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's fun. And the thing is, there's so many, like... Here's the thing. I don't like a lot of the shit they do in the UK. The fact that, like, they have, like, TV licenses and shit. US, it's some music company. Of course it's some music company. One of the big heads who's mad. They're trying to come after fucking Valve in any way they can. No, you're fine. Yes, please find me the details. I appreciate it. Valve should by forming a site for letting you use his members' musical works without permission. So, by that law, like, they do realize that Valve themselves are not using it, right? That it's a it's whoever the fuck has the game, because I'm guessing it's from a game, right? The Performing Rights Society has commenced legal proceedings against Steam owner Valve or uses members' works on Steam without permission. So what, is it like, is there a game that is using their work? Is there like, is it a mod? Like, what is it? Like, what are the details there? Minigame titles which incorporate PRS members' musical works are made available on Steam, including high-profile series such as Forza Horizon, FIFA, and GTA. PRS has said that it has sought to work with Valve, but license issue for many years without appropriate engagement from Valve. It now issued legal proceedings under the UK's S20 Copyright Science Patents Act 1988, and requires any game that uses PRS's work to obtain a license. Okay, so then again, my question still stands. Why are they going after Valve and not the people who made those games? Because wouldn't it be the developers of those games that should be the ones getting the licenses? Why does Steam need to get the license? When they're not the ones who made the game, they are simply distributing it. They're a distributor. It is BS. That's what I mean, like, it just sounds like they're just trying to fuck over Valve. There we go. I'm gonna go put these enchantment pieces in my box so this is safe. First, I want to see what I can invest in next. I do want to get more money. I'm gonna get that next. Yeah, we are once again breaking into the dungeon. Oh yeah, so there's an idea I have for you, chat. Since you guys are talking about loot boxes and stuff, I don't know why it just reminded me of it. I have an idea for something I want to do. Okay? Hear me out. I have an idea for something I would like to introduce into our regular rotation. I have made a post about it in my Discord, so I'm going to read the post I made in my Discord. And then I want you guys in chat to tell me what you think of this idea, okay? So the post I made said this. Hi chat, I have an idea and I want to bounce it off of y'all. Twitch is really strict when it comes to counting viewers, which inadvertently affects my ability to get opportunities for sponsorships and games on the line. In fact, Twitch stops counting you as a viewer if you stop interacting after 30 minutes. I don't want to force lurkers to talk because that's dumb. But thankfully, redeems do count as activity. However, I don't really have like a redeem people can use every 30 minutes without running out of points very fast, and it might get annoying if people are popping off sound alerts and stuff every half hour, especially if they want to be quiet. I want to make a quiet reward that doesn't really pop off anything on stream, and I want to put something in as a reward system for doing that and choosing to do that action. My plan is to do a little bit of a currency system, ran through BennyBot. Some of you might remember way back when, before we had channel points, a lot of streamers had bots that had like a point system in them, or currency system in it, before we got channel points. Back then, people could use those channel points for, and they could get channel points for different ways, like whether it was being active in the chat or whatever the fuck, right? But they could redeem them in a virtual store for certain things on or off stream. So I want to make something like that that's separate from the channel points. The basic idea is that people could earn this currency, which I'm thinking of calling pull tabs, like the tabs you get on an energy drink can. Hello, big old titty bear. I just sorry, my brain just started imagining like a really pretty tall lady who's in a bear suit with a big rack, and my brain shut off. Sorry, I turned gay for a second. I love women. Thank you for joining the egging. You get a free bat. You're now armed. Listen, okay, like I saw your name and my brain immediately went like, wait a minute. What if it looked like this? My brain made my brain shut down. Hello, how are you? I almost got wrecked by that slime, but it's okay, I survived. Look, glad my name does that now. I'm a very simple egg. I see username I like, I hyper focus on it. And sometimes my brain's just like, guess what? Big bear suit and chest is ripped open, experiment. See, no, you're in my head. You see the vision. You see the vision. We are connected on a spiritual level. Now my brain's thinking of tits. I got fucked. In your head, giving you head, ayo. How am I supposed to focus on my video game if you're giving me head? Okay. Small rant, I promise. Not rant at you know, I promise. You know how like people always do like the OIB the under the death support for you thing, right? That wouldn't work on me because I would be so locked in on a video game that if someone's doing that, my brain's gonna be like, you're distracting me. Even though they're not, they're just trying to be helpful. My brain's gonna be like, gonna start like hissing. Because my brain's weird. They're like moths. Like moths to the flame, I tell ya. These adventurers. So many attracted to the dungeons. So many to only feel the burn. Luckily, if you pass out in the dungeon from exhaustion or pain, it spits you out. Eventually. It's a messy ordeal, no one really knows what happens. But one eventually wakes up outside the dungeon. With only small traces of slime nearby and, well, any injuries they may have accumulated inside. Yes, some have left the dungeons to never return, but plenty have stuck it out. Many enjoy the thrill of the fight, many looking for that big payday. There really is so much more to these dungeons, though. Us to be under desperate or cherry door. See, I might have to buy a new chair sooner than I planned. I was gonna wait. Hold on, I gotta lock in. Oh, fuck you. You stupid ass tiny fucker, bro. See, I wasn't planning to get a new chair until I moved. But considering like what happened with my back the other day, I'm pretty sure like I need to actually get rid of this chair and get a Secret Lab chair, which was my plan originally. Someone did throw money at me on Throne to get my Secret Lab chair, but then the one I wanted to get, they stopped selling. Ah! Because I was gonna get the Fallout one. I think it was, no, it was a Secret Labs or was it Noble Chairs? It was one of those two companies. I'm doing my best to remember. Okay, let me keep reading the idea to you guys that I was reading. So, there's 3 ways you can earn this currency, which would be called pull tabs. One is a daily check-in, a 1-point redeem that gives you 2 tabs every stream. All you do is hit the check-in. That's it. Tab pull, a 30-minute 1-point redeem that lets you get 1 tab every half hour, which will count you as a viewer. I also was thinking of making it where if you just like chat like once every 30 minutes, it'll still give you it, right? Because again, still counts. Stop eating me, you son of a gun! Die. There we go. I'm gonna use y'all's goo to get so many potions later. Y'all owe me for that. Wait, did I pick up a weapon? That was just training spear, it's not that useful. And another idea, use my goo. Is your goo gonna eat me like that? Or will I be safe from being eaten? Morning, egg, morning, as I... Now you... Oh! Now you be the one eating it, yo. If you want. Can I, like, can I add it to my, my food? As seasoning? Okay, let me keep reading this for y'all. And then the last way you could get the pull tabs is a convert. It'd be a 30-minute 100-point redeem that converts 100 of your channel points into 1 tab. Or if you're not interested in using your channel points on anything, you can convert them into these tabs that you can use for other stuff. Now, this brings the important question of what would people get in return for this? What can we have on the virtual store to incentivize people, right? I have 3 ideas. If you guys have more ideas, please tell me, because again, this is something I want to make that you guys will actually use and enjoy. So far, these are the ideas I have. Gambling. That's right. You can bet your tabs on a coin flip. If you get it right, you can double the tabs or lose them all. Add time. Want to be able to add time to my terrible timer without needing to throw money? For 10 tabs, you can spin a wheel that has a chance of adding everything from 20 minutes to 7 days. Yes, I will make a wheel that can add a random amount of time that I can't control. And it will let you add to my timer that you see in the corner without having to throw money at me. And then the other idea was like colored rolls. So basically, if you want colored rolls like what subscribers get in my server, you can redeem for that and you can get a colored roll. I am absolutely wiping this boss now. I feel powerful. I don't know why I have numbers at the end of my name. If I could change my name to Papa Hex, I would. Check your YouTube settings. You might be able to. If some might be able to. I don't remember how to do it. Yeah, those are my ideas. If you guys want anything else in there, you can let me know. Goodies. Oh, there's an ad break. Okay, since there's an ad break happening... I'm gonna do that. Okay, chat, since there's an ad break happening, I am going to briefly Step away. So you can put up this dish. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Oh, yeah, it's still in progress. Yeah, it's still in progress. I'm gonna chug some water real quick. Okay, I've consumed water. I've hydrated. I got back. When I missed, you didn't miss anything. Once the ad break started, I like paused the game basically. Hey, what's that over there? Bro, why the fuck did you... Why did you squirt on me? What's this? Oh, what the fuck? Where am I? Yeah, where am I? I'm leaving. I don't like this. That's scary. Not sure if there's anything comments I made. Your comments just made me hungry. Because damn, I want a strawberry cake or donuts. I'm gonna order cake right now. Do I really want to though? Big, and now, and the fact I'm considering it. Okay, we have goodies to sell. Oh wait, hold on. You're gonna get hella busy soon. Oh, I'm about to see how you're doing this morning. Okay, Gage, let me know when you're done. I'm gonna be streaming like another hour probably. My brain's being picky on what it wants to grab. I think I do want more health, so I'm gonna get the iron helmet. I don't have enough gold, bro. Pen sell stuff. I'm gonna sell. I'll try, but I don't think I'll be done in an hour given what I gotta do. Oh. Damn. Alright. What was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna put... Move those in there so they're safe. Because what did he say I need again? I'm gonna go see exactly what it was I needed to use. So then I can put it aside and not sell it. I need 6 of the iron. I need 6 of the iron bars. 4 of the footy thing. Okay, 6, 4, 3. Okay. Nope. There's a new one playing Warframe with your stream. That's a new one. Playing Warframe with your stream on makes the resolution flicker? I'm single-handedly affecting your Warframe stream. That's really funny. That's really funny. I'm single-handedly affecting your fucking... Your goddamn video game. This is why I say I'm a cognito hazard. Literal proof right there. I don't want to do it. I want to chill here. But think about it, Gage. The sooner you get it done, the sooner we can go to bed after stream. Or the sooner I can go to bed after stream. Wait. Okay, we're gonna place these, this, and then all this fucking steel. That's to me, the Palm PC is going nuts, almost unusable. I'm so sorry. I just think it's sorry. I just find it. I think it's really funny timing, but it also sucks. Because I was supposed to play video games together. I mean, we could on community night. That counts. Oh yeah, chat. There might not be a community night this upcoming week because I might have to work Saturday. I've been demasked! Beck, how could you? Also, hi, Beck. Can I sell this? What should I sell the training spear for, chat? What is this? Is that a goose hitting the gritty? Why'd you put a goose hitting the gritty in my chat? Why is that in my chat? Where'd you even get it from? Whose goose hitting the gritty is that? There's a limited time only? Is that what this is? Hype train. Fuck, we need to start a hype train so I can get it. Only costs €8 to return my package. That's good. That's good, at least. Oh, quid! Not euros. I'm sorry, I don't know the difference. I'm American, I'm a little dumb. Not my fault. I'm sorry. I never said I was smart. Okay, how much should we sell this training sphere for? Because I don't know how much to sell it for. I think I get this far. Let's try on. Currently listen to Bad Omens with a skeleton in VR chat. Are you enjoying? Asrani once upon a time to embrace and press the glory to pound starting all across the land. Questions to the grocery store next, back to lurking 5 now. Okay, enjoy your lurk. Be safe. I'm gonna sell this for like, I don't know. Fuck it. Let's see if anyone actually buys it. My dumbass has mashed up my friends with 21 people. Sounds like you're making friends! Sounds like you're having fun. I'm saving all those slimes so I can use them for making potions, because I only have like 3 potions to my name. I don't like that. Come on, someone buy this. Goemon VA. Thank you for joining the Awakening. You get a free bat. You're now armed. Also, I see you have VA in your name. What have you worked on, if you don't mind me asking? I like knowing what VAs work on. Why is someone buying my spear? Buy the spear! I'm having it on sale for the low price of 1K. They aren't buying my spear, chat. This is actual bullshit. I'm begging y'all. Look at the spear! It's right there! I got excited. I thought he was gonna go get it. I guess none of them want it? Question mark? Okay, no one wanted my spear. That's fine. Still made a good chunk of money. Now we're gonna go. Oh! I want to read this. Why is it not playing it? It's okay. I will single-handedly voice your... Read it. I can talk, I promise. Let me load this up. Holy shit, I love your model, mate. Thank you. My artist, Masky Days, I was her first VTuber model, and then I did the rigging. Can't explain it, but I adore it. Also, I mostly work on small projects narrating for my friends' World of Darkness and D&D games for now. Working on building a studio in my closet. I did voice some smut, but that was a while ago. I am... Funny thing that you say that. I am working currently on a World of Darkness campaign. It is my first campaign I've ever ran. I've done one-shots, but I've never ran a full-on campaign. So, I find that very interesting, because I'm just tapping my little fingers together. Hi, hello, Ari. I've heard about this game. How is it? It is very fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Day 200 moment, exactly. It is simple, but in a way that's deeply appealing, like in the best ways. Like Team Fortress 2 is simple, but the shit away, the rest of it is very notable. That's what I really like about Masky's art style. Just why I'm really glad that like she was willing to learn how to make a VTuber model and make mine, because I like it, because I feel like it fits me like better in the more in its style, mainly because of just how chaotic I could be. All right. So, I am working on a Vampire the Masquerade campaign. However, I am including aspects of Mage and Changeling and Werewolf in it so far. Basically, with the base story... Hold on, I gotta put my controller down because I need to talk with my hands. Man, it sucks I don't have hand tracking. So, it's going to be a horror campaign, first of all. I know none of my players are in the chat right now, so I am safe. If any of my players listen to the VOD, no, you're not. So, what my campaign is going to be is a horror campaign that revolves... Oh my god, there's more bits. More money for the WAD brain worms. Thank you for these 200 bits you've given me so far. I'm going to shove these all in my mouth like Pop Rocks. And then I'm going to chug like a drink, why coffee? No, soda. To make it more crunchy. So... But yes, day 200 moment. I've been at this for 200 days. It's kind of terrifying. So... the base story that I have for my World of Darkness game is that the 4 players in the game are going to be interacting mainly with a woman by the name of Rosemary. Rosemary presents herself as a Toreador who is part of the Camarilla, who claims to want to help new kindred by letting them use her services. She presents herself as a very elder, very beautiful, very, like... gentle old soul, but she's actually very far from the truth. In reality, Rosemary is from the Sabbath, and she is not a Toreador. She is pretending to be a Toreador. Now, her actual story, Rosemary's actual whole fucking thing that she's doing, is that she was working with changelings. She started working with changelings at some point when she was in the Camarilla, because she left the Camarilla, right? So she's actually La Sombra, by the way. But she started... Who is sniffing me? Vec, why are you sniffing me?
Smell like bitches.
You smell like a... Anyway. So... What was I saying? So she was working with changelings, and because she was working with changelings, what ended up happening was she learned what her fate was going to be. She did not like that fate. She was like, nah. I'm not cooking with this. I don't like this. I don't want this to be my fate. She desperately wants to fight against fate. So, she left the Camarilla, became part of the Sabbath, and now is on this insane conquest to try to defeat her own fate. And is sacrificing kindred for it, effectively. She's not a good person. She's definitely not a good person. She is the big bad evil guy. Well, like, first of all, she's trying to, like, get a hold of a mummy to eat its soul. But what she does is she's taking in random kindred and she's basically, like, scouting them. Seeing which ones have lost their humanity the most. And it's the ones that do not have that much humanity, if any, that she's like, hey... You should join my side. I'm actually part of Sabbath. Fuck the Camarilla and everyone else. We can take control of our fates. But again, she's just using people for her own gain. She is the big bad evil guy because she's using everyone for her own gain. Even those ones that she claims like are joining her side, they're just her puppets, right? And so some of the things that she's gonna have the players do is she's basically gonna be like, hey, I'll help you, I'll make these deals with you, I'll give you the things you want, but you have to do these errands for me. Some of these errands that are gonna happen in the future include sending them to go deal with 3 Garu who are currently guarding a fucking spider. You know, the spiders that are basically the equivalent of a false Hydra. And they don't even realize they're guarding it. So that way she can get a hold of it to try to get it to help her change her fate. Yeah, pattern spiders. Because I was like, I wonder if there's anything like false Hydras in the game. And I started doing some research. I was like, oh, pattern spiders. That's fucked up. Grabs that. We're putting this in my game. Those Garu are also friends with the mummy that she wants to hunt and kill. I've also put like a lot of effort into like how she's dressed. She's dressed very elegant, dressed very nice, dressed very sweet. She wears a corsage on her wrist where her bite is to hide her bite. She's very much like makes herself look really pretty like a Toreador would. But she has a wound on her face that's hidden by her hair that is perpetually always stuck healing. Why? Because there's another character in the story that they're going to meet named Abele. Now, Abele is very, very interesting. Abele was actually my first Vampire the Masquerade player character who was a Garu. She was a not Garu. She was a gangrel. Why I say Garu? But she was friends with a Garu. So Abele was the gangrel in the group who held on to her humanity the most. Like for the longest time, she didn't even drink human blood. She only drank deer blood, right? And Abele's whole mission was to try to figure out what the worm was and try to like basically avenge her girlfriend's death, because her girlfriend is the one who turned her, and her girlfriend got killed by a werewolf that was infected by the spiral or by the worm. But then when she eventually like finds that werewolf finally, she hesitates because she realizes this isn't like a monster. This is a person who is infected. Like this is not like, you know, this isn't just a mindless beast I can kill. She hesitated. Because again, Abele holds strongly onto her humanity. In her story, what happened with her was later on, she had a dream that she saw a like pit, and like almost like a pit to hell, and saw something reaching out to her. She thought it was her girlfriend, her dead girlfriend. So she grabs him and yanks him out of the pit. Right after that dream, we go hunt down a guy who like kills himself, and Abele's like, wait, we need information from him. And so she starts force-feeding his body her blood to try to like force him to become a kindred, so they can like get info out of him. Instead, the thing she pulled out of the pit, which was actually a demon, possesses that body. And it's like, yo, thanks, you basically saved my life. And she's like, who the fuck are you? And then we learn that like, and then she decides she's going to make a deal with this thing, because she tells it what she wants to do. And it's like, if you help me get strong enough, I will help you. I know things, XYZ. So she becomes an infernalist who runs a cult in the woods that's like a hippie cult. So they get like so they basically like take mushrooms and get stupid high and stuff. And they worship this god. Or not this god, this demon. I don't know why I said god. But they worship this demon, right? And so basically, what ends up happening is that like in her story, she has a fucking, you know, cult of hippies that she's drugged to worship this demon, so that way the demon could eventually help her. She is the other NPC that the players are going to run into, because Rosemary will have Abele mainly be the messenger, mainly be the one interacting with them. Now, Abele works for Rosemary because she did not know how that Rosemary was evil originally. She originally got like the same like treatment that everyone else gets, where she's like, oh, okay, like where Rosemary's like, hey, I can help you get drugs for a cult. You just got to do some favors for me. And Abele's like, okay. And Abele was friends with another gangrel. So Abele has her Garu boyfriend, because she was basically like in a polycule with her girlfriend and her boyfriend was actually a Garu and they didn't know until like before she turned, in which he like saves her ass by like turning into a Garu for the first time. So she had a friend. So she had the Garu friend, or the Garu boyfriend, the twink, and then she had another friend who was a gang girl that she was now with. This gang girl was also being scouted by Rosemary, and Rosemary tried to eat her because Rosemary is one of those kindred that will eat other kindred, right? And so, obviously, that gang girl attacks her, had shapeshifted, or had shifted in her dying moments, and killed her, or not killed, but like shapeshifted in her dying moments, and basically like bit / injured Rosemary across the face. Now, because I can't remember, I think she was like she had turned into a Komodo dragon or something. So there was venom that's stuck in there that no matter how much Rosemary heals it, it will never fucking heal. Which makes her hungrier because now she has to like constantly eat more to take care of this wound that this gang girl left before they died. But Abilay's terrified of Rosemary. She's terrified of what she's capable of. Yes. And so, well, I had to like put something in Rosemary to kind of balance her out, and I thought like that would be really clever, because then if a player sees that, if they notice the cut, or the wound on her face, and they notice that's perpetually healing, they're probably gonna be like, something's up. Because I want to give the players a choice. They could either work with Rosemary, either willingly or unwillingly, because I'm sure like at least one player might actually take her side and be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna work with her. Or they can find out the truth with Abilay and try and turn against Rosemary. Because Abilay is very much in a position of like, you know, I can't remember his name from Chainsaw Man, but remember the guy who held up the piece of paper that said Makima is listening or some shit? Yeah, that's Abilay's position right now. Because she's like, I'm terrified of her, but I can't say anything. I can't do anything. She and Rosemary are at this stalemate because Rosemary knows she has a powerful demon on her side. And Abilay knows that Rosemary is capable of fucked up shit. Because Abilay is still kind of a kindred. You know what I mean? She doesn't, like, fully understand what it is. Like, she doesn't fully understand her own strength, basically. She doesn't fully understand, like, hey, Rosemary can't do shit to me. I have a demon. But at the same time, she's relying on Rosemary because she needs her for the drugs, right? So, like, that they're, like, in this, like, toxic friendship, right? And so Abilay's gonna drop hints to the players that like something is wrong. And if the players pick up on it, then you know they have that choice of like either they side with Abilay or they side with Rosemary. I want to give them choices that can affect the story. The same thing for later on. When I mentioned, remember how I told you there's gonna be 3 Garu that they're gonna have to fight? Those 3 Garu, those 3 are all they have specific mechanics I gave them. The 3 Garu are named, and I quote, Lockjaw, Barrel Shot, and Shocker. Now, aka Lock, Shock, and Barrel, because I thought that was clever. Anyway, they are siblings. Oh yeah, to explain for that Garu earlier, basically what happened was he came from the same town Abilay came from, and when they found out that their town had been taken over by the worm, they were the only 2 survivors because they were the only ones who like weren't in town when it happened. So he's like a packless Garu. Who's like effectively like kind of stuck not having anywhere to go and only has Abilay, who he already has a connection to because when she was a human, she would like protect him in school, basically, from bullies. So they had already built like this connection with each other way before she became a gang girl. She specifically became a gang girl because she wanted to, she became a gang girl, specifically, you know, begged her girlfriend at the time to turn her into a kindred because she wanted to protect him. She wanted to protect the Garu. She was like, I want to protect him. I want to protect people from this. If I can't get infected by it, because that's what she was told, then I want to protect people. She went into it purely with good heart and good intention. That's the kind of like person we're working with here, right? So Abilay is very much like pure of heart, which is why like I'm having her be like the other major NPC alongside Rosemary, because Rosemary is not, like I already mentioned Rosemary. She thinks she can fucking change her fate. She's a fucked up person. Then I got Ablay, the complete opposite. Yeah, Ablay's also fucked up. Like, she's running a cult for a demon. But, like, she is different from Rosemary in general. They are still, in a sense, opposites of each other. But basically, the three they're gonna fight against is Lockjaw, Shocker, and Barrel Shot. They're all three of them are Garu who are packless. The reason they're packless, remember that pattern spider I mentioned? The pattern spider basically wiped out their fucking pack except those three. Why not those three? Because they defend that territory with their life, which means the pack spider doesn't have to worry about shit. Or pattern spider doesn't have to worry about shit. Pattern spider was like, why? Because they were pups when it did that. And it was like, wait, I could fuck them up, or I could use them as free bodyguards, and they'll never know. Guess which one the pattern spider picked? Free bodyguards. Again, they don't know there's a pattern spider in their fucking lair, or their area that they live in, their abandoned den. They only know of each other. And they have interacted with the mummy that Rosemary is going after, like, a little bit, but, like, not a lot, right? So, basically, they have the option of either killing these Garu or working with them and betraying Rosemary. Remember, they have Abalay. Abalay already has a Garu she's friends with, right? Abalay can help them get those Garu to befriend them and turn against Rosemary. Especially if they defeat that pattern spider. If they kill it instead of capturing it for Rosemary. Or make it fuck off or whatever the hell, right? Like, they have options there. Like, Abalay's there as an option. She literally smells like a Garu, like, because she's always around her boyfriend. Like, perfect. But they wouldn't be fighting these three Garu all at once. It'll be one after the other because I don't want to, like, fucking kill them. Lockjaw has a metal bear trap for a mouth. And is very physical based. She'll charge to get close, but she can't really control how she charges, so she can be easily guided into traps and shit. Shocker is similar to Lockjaw, but she has electrified gauntlets. It is quick but weaker than Lockjaw. Lockjaw out of all of them has the most health. Barrel Shot is the weakest of the three physically, but she has a fucking gun. And she's a sniper. And I designed them this way so they can have gimmicks to go against. And they're all sisters. So if you match subdue one as a hostage, let's say you take away Shocker's gauntlets, kind of fucked, you can take her as hostage, the others are going to hesitate to fight you. But that also means if you kill one, the other two are they're going to get more and more mad and more pissed. I'm going to make the battlefield something they can use to their advantage and get in. So like the idea is like Barrel Shot won't come down from her perch, so you stay in cover, she can't shoot you. Lockjaw can be baited to charge into walls or traps. Shocker can still accidentally shock herself. She's not immune to her own electricity. Like, I want to make it possible for them to win. Even if the rolls start going against them, they can use the environment to their advantage. They can use the gimmicks to their advantage. And I'm probably going to make them, like, Glasswalker pups. I'm thinking about it. And Rosemary thinks that they're full-on Guardians, but they're not. They're just Glasswalker pups. It sounds like when there's only one of them left, they'll have sufficient range fully fall into Krenos form. Is that right? Exactly. That's the plan. But, like, they're not priests. Rosemary thinks they're like, the priest guardians, but they're not. They're Glasswalker pups. That's it. Especially because Glasswalkers don't really adhere to the religious parts of the Garu stuff, which would make sense when you got 3 fucking packless Garu, right? And they only have each other. But the mummy cares for them, doesn't turn her back on them, which is why they're friends with the mummy. And it's also why if they go and defeat the pattern spider, if the truth gets revealed to them of like what this pattern spider has done, and then like the kindred help kill it, then let's say these kindred don't work, they're like, fuck Rosemary, we're gonna turn against her and work with these 3 Garu and kill that pattern spider. Now they got 3 powerful as fuck loyal allies on their side. And I even had the idea that if they do turn against Rosemary and work with these 3, you have one that's good with weapons, Barrel Shot, so she can teach them, like the ones who want to, like, focus on weaponry, better how to use guns and shit like that. One that can teach hand-to-hand, which is Lockjaw, and one that, like, that is basically like an engineer who makes shit, aka Shocker. She made her gauntlets, after all. Right? So you see where I'm going? I have an obsidian vault, Gomon. I have an obsidian vault just full of shit that I've cooked This is my first campaign I've ever ran, and I'm cooking probably too hard on it, but I don't care. I love what I'm making here. I might make a wiki. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm very excited. Mind you, these are only, like, little bits of the story, by the way. But I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna have so much fun. Because especially because, like, there is horror in this game. Because these are terrifying things to deal with. A pattern spire that acts like a false Hydra? Fucking Garu in general? Yes, hand me your suggestion. I'm ready. I'm rubbing my greedy little fingers together like a fucking raccoon. Yes, I want to know. I want to know your suggestion. You know, I have like a fucking mummy in there. I got the fucking cult that Abele runs. Because what do you think is gonna happen with that demon? Let's say they work fully with Rosemary and kill they decide to kill Abele because she's a traitor or whatever the fuck. What do you think that demon's gonna do when his one priest is fucking dead? What do you think is gonna happen? Do you see what I'm cooking? Do you see what I'm cooking? There are so many pots that are cooking right now. God, I'm so excited. Oh god, my throat is sore from like yapping so much. Hold on, let me drink my water. The only thing I may recommend is that if the party is mostly vampires, I would absolutely include a miniature arc where the vampires prove they are trustworthy to the Garu. They are extremely antagonistic towards vampires, so I would include an arc where each one of them maybe prove to the Garu they want to learn from, either through trial or sacrifice, for they decide to actually help the party. I like that. I like that. Because what I can do is, since there's going to be 4 players, I could have them where each one of them works with one of the 3. Also, I can't wait till the BBG tries to pull up on the money and just go, curse of raw bozo turns her blood into liquid sunlight, or just check the fit and they're wearing a cloak of sunlight. Like, fit check. Well, see, that's why she's using the party for this. Something very important about Rosemary here is she's not doing any of this dirty work herself. She's keeping her hands clean. She's having everyone else do her shit for her. Which is why she's willing to throw kindred at a fucking mummy and let them die. But the way she sees it is if they do die, they never come back. She's like, oh well, time for me to go find 4 more, like, brand new kindred who aren't gonna know anything. Like, she is fucked, which is why I'm so excited. Like, overall, this is definitely a lot, but it's a good lot. Sounds like you have a clear idea of mine. I believe in you, Crazy Diamond. Oh, I've been cooking. So for the longest time, I was just a player. I would play in different, like, tabletops. I played World of Darkness. I played Vampire. I played, like, D&D, obviously. I was in a friend's, like, one of my partners had made a homebrew .hack game that I was in. I don't know if you know what .hack is, but I was in that. That was really fun. But then I wanted to try DMing because it seemed really fun. So I started off with 10 candles. If you don't know what 10 candles is, it's kind of like a really, really simple system that I started running one-shots with. And I learned I really liked running one-shots. Especially when I get to put my characters in a world and I get to watch them like rats. Like my little experiment. And then I have a lot of, like, I have, like, partners and friends who have only ever been forever DMs. Like, they don't get to be players. So guess what? That's literally why I'm making the campaign. Because I was like, okay, I will make you a campaign if you want to be a player. But I'm going to make it horror themed because I'm a horror fanatic. Are you good with that? And they're like, yeah, we're good with that. I'm like, okay, bet. And now here I am cooking the most traumatizing shit imaginable. Like, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Especially because there's so many things, like, God, if I really wanted to be a dick, I could, like, go rewatch Frankenstein's Army and I could start making, like, some fuck shit with that. I could make some fuck shit with that. Because we already got Kindred that can shape flesh. So theoretically, I could just recreate Frankenstein's army, which is a movie. If you don't know the movie, it's a really good found footage horror movie. That's also, like, kind of fucked up. I could just recreate it. Like, admire ambition where it comes from a considerate position. Well, like, the first time I got to do, like, I understand why people would say, make the joke of, like, oh, I got bit by the DM bug. I never understood it before, right? And then I go and I do this, right? I go run a one shot for the first time. That's a 10 candles, and yeah, it was a completely different system. But seeing how much fun they had, and the fact they were willing to learn an entirely new system just to play a game, my first 10 candles game was insane, and I loved it. And then, yeah, it was a one-shot, but I didn't care. I had fun. I've always been someone who loves writing, who loves storytelling. Like, I used to roleplay all the time on the internet, right? Like, that's just how I am. And being able to see what people can cook is also really fun. Because I've cooked some funny shit myself. But I've seen people cook even funnier shit. I'm like, what the hell? Why didn't I think of that? But that's why you can throw in a rogue, changeling, or mage to throw a spanner in the works. You're right, I could. Oh, fuck, I could throw... oh, I'm cooking, hold on. I could. I haven't really worked a lot on the Fae that has been working. The Fae that told Rosemary that what her fate is. I could fuck with that. I could fuck with that. My little fucking gremlin giggles coming out. I'm getting excited. My most favorite VA role so far has been voice acting the literal fast travel system. That is powerful. I kind of like want to get into VA at some point. I want to do like how you're saying you're making like a closet. I do want to build a booth. Yes, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I love hearing the shit that other people cook. Like, one of the homies I hang out with all the time is, I hang out a lot with the voice actor for Krampus from TF2. So, like, I love hearing voice actor shit, because I'm someone who's interested in it as a potential, like, skill to try out. And also, because y'all get so excited when you guys talk about it, I love it. Anytime I ask, like a voice actor shares stuff they work on, y'all get so passionate, I love it. And also lets me rest my throat because I've been talking a lot. My throat, I actually am like losing my voice. I don't know why. Also, it's funny that you mentioned you voiced him up before, because I have a funny story for you involving that voice actor friend I just mentioned. Basically, I'll share this real quick while you're typing. I had wrote a NSFW fanfiction of Krampus from TF2, and then I went up to the voice actor and I was like, "Hey, yo, look what I wrote." And they're like, "Wait, this is kind of fire." I was like, "Thanks." And then later on, another VTuber that I know was like gonna do a stream where they were gonna read spicy fanfictions. So then I had the funniest idea. I went back up to them. I'm like, "Yo, I will pay you to voice the lines from this fiction, so I can put them in the fucking fanfiction, like links to the audio files. So then when they're reading it on stream, they can click the audio file." We were fucking giggling the entire time. Especially when I was watching the stream, I was giggling the entire time. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever cooked. It's like, that was the best money I've ever spent. On the vase popping out of the woodworks all of a sudden. There's another one! Oh yeah, Gomon's voice for World of Darkness stuff before. That's why I started yapping about it. I'm about to make so many potions. I am potioned up. Basically, I play Jensen Trott. He's a sorcerer and a powerful one at that. He is a taxi driver. However, he's extremely skilled at the art of translocation and using a vehicular focus to teleport. The way he does is by being trained in the arts of driving extremely busy areas and suffusing his experience with sorcery. So he operates by being a paradox-free method of extremely fast travel. I love this. That's also really fucking funny. Like, why are you so good at this? You know how many years I spent in fucking New York? That's what my brain thinks of. A taxi is basically a TARDIS. As long as someone has paid the driver, either by paying them or giving up an item of value, the inside of the enchanted taxi expands to comfortably accommodate them. The clown car. Oh wait, why'd I go all the way up here? I gotta fight the slimes over here. Instead of anybody want Cappy? He's like, anybody want a taxi? He makes his money by not asking questions and ferrying around supernatural creatures, and giving advice when asked. He's completely fine with not awakening, and is frankly hoping he never does, because he likes the gig he has right now. Honestly, that's a really fire gig. I cannot blame him. He's literally just chilling. But I can't blame him for wanting to like hold on to that. Fuck. I timed that wrong. There you go. Goodies. Also, his license plate is literally... Get away. That... I fucking love that. He's literally a getaway driver. You can burn one of his business cards as a sign of emergency, and he'll be at your location within a minute. Uber could never. Let me briefly list some of the creature situations. Is varied. Yes. You want to know what he reminds me of? I have a character that I played in a Fuse Shot that's basically just Better Call Saul. Her name is Lyra Larceny Ludacrismo of Ludacrismo Law, and her business card just has a fucking L on it. Ludacrismo Law. And she basically just does fucking like Better Call Saul shit. But she also, and she has like a flask that's just full of energy drink that she like takes like swigs out of like it's alcohol. And she has like various individuals she has worked with that she can call upon in battle. Oh fuck. Okay, I figured this out. That one's dead. That was tricky. That was a tricky room. Oh yeah, I can heal here. Now, I need to go up here. Not in the hole. I don't know why I did that to myself. Okay. Why are you so hard to hit? Hello? Hello? Look what I'm playing, Kaylee! Also, I am somehow losing my voice. I don't know what happened. Eat. He has driven for one. An entire cabal of sorcerers are basically arguing amongst themselves before realizing that he arrived at their destination 5 minutes ago. Man was chilling. He was like, oh, they'll be done eventually. A mage that doesn't believe in cars, so it's basically the invisible Bowmobile, and they got a shit ton of paradox. Not boats. It's like cars aren't real. 3. An entire Hekata funeral procession. Over 95 kindred in one vehicle. They tipped very generously. I sure hope they did. How do you like it? It's very fun. Finally, a Garu tried to kill him and lunge at him, but the internal cabin of the taxi kept spatially bending forever. Basically turning the inside of it into an eternal treadmill. He charged him double. That's really fucking funny. It's like, Lamau, you fought. So, attacked by movie. Oh wait, I already read this. Okay. Head back down here. He still delivered him to his destination because he believes in providing quality service. No matter the fucking Karen, he will get them to where they need to go. Keep an eye out for a sparkle in the void. Okay, bet. Oh, good. Fuck you. Okay. Now, I can head back. I can head down here. I almost have an urge to make a priest turned by Shimishi instead. I must go for now, but I'm glad I found this place. I am glad you have too. I'm glad we got to yap. You're a very gamer-based, hell yeah. A sparkle means you can jump down safely? Bet. Have a good day, you too! I hope when more stuff happens with the funny taxi driver, you let me know. Why is it not healing me? Question mark? Am I carrying something that makes it where I can't? Interesting. I mean, I have potions. Thankfully, I have a lot of potions. But I've never had that happen. It has a limited healing amount? Like, is that, like, across all runs? Like, every time or does it reset every time I go into the dungeon? Anytime he's serving in a changeling game right now, anytime he tolerates the antics of 4 hyperactive Fey creatures. This is the greatest test of patience yet. Man's just fighting for his life in there. Per floor. Oh, okay. Why? Stop shooting your whatever the hell you're shooting at me, bro. Goodies are mine now. Oh, I hate this room. Well, it's not that bad. There you go, problem solved. It's seeds from the looks of it. I don't want to think about its seeds. Also fills taxi with a variety of things based on his clientele. He bejewels the inside of his cabin for Faye. He includes historical records for vampires to argue over. The Garu get several kinds of bullets and whetstones for their claws, and mummies get cats. And changelings. Mummies get cats. I should get... I'm cooking. You just gave me the funniest idea. I need to go this way. Then we could go fight the boss. Wait, there's loot right there. I see it. Goodies. Okay, now we're gonna go fight the boss. Here we go. Okay, I gotta like drop off. I gotta like get rid of some stuff. Let me see what I can get rid of that I don't want. I could just throw these in there. It'd be really funny. Actually, I'm throw these because I know these aren't really selling for a lot right now. Vanished. And then, take that. Hey, Gomor was my cousin. How dare you? Damn, that's crazy. He owed me money. For technocrats, he has mastered out of Rao. Really? Please tell me more, because technocrats are out so far up their own ass they could drink and piss at the same time. They're literally just POV. That would work on me as well. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If you told me, wow, really, I would not fucking realize it, and I would just keep going. Okay, you be safe. Have fun. You have an idea for an NPC? What's your idea? You know, I don't... These aren't also not selling for a loss, so I'm just gonna... I'm gonna take this. I'll take our goodies back. Goodies. One of them hatched! One of them hatched! One of them hatched! I now have a little guy with me! I have a little guy with me! Eee! Sorry, I got excited. The compulsive butler that keeps making the maze set and reset tables because last time one was not set properly, so war broke out and he equated the two things erroneously. Honestly, I can't blame him. I can't blame him. Man saw that, was like, I don't want history to repeat. Literally. Snack time? Bet I had this yogurt on my desk right now. Let me just consume it. Yeah. Yogurt pouch. I've been remasked! Yay! And self-care checklist. Let me stretch. You want life, so you want the gauntlets. Wait, what? Where's the gauntlet? Excitement. Okay. I need to get back to this one. Then I need to finally go through Moonlighter to early access. That's the most fun. I made egg custard last night. You made me custard? Where is it? I want it. But see, this is my first time playing this game. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so 4 of those, 6 of those, and 2 of those. 4, 6, 2. 4, 6, 2. 4, 6, 2. 4, 6, 2. 4, 6, 2. I need to fucking remember this. Come get it? Bet, I'm rolling up. Also fastest balls in the charge of the lunging punch. I'm gonna cook with this. I need to put up stuff to sell. Oh, there's an ad break. Okay, so since the ad break's happening, I'm gonna actually get up and like fully stretch and see if I can pop my back. I will return. Chat, use this time to take care of yourself, stretch, and take out any dishes if you have any. Is homemade custard with a homemade salted caramel sauce. Fuck, you're making me hungry. Okay, now I'm gonna go stretch until the break is up. I will be back. Hello. I don't know if you can hear me because there was ads playing Kitsune, but yes, I am playing Moonlighter. It's my first time playing it. It's really fun. I'm currently not in my chair. I'm like stretching forward. I don't know if you can hear me, chat. I think like only the subs could hear me. You ever stretch so well that you rip ass? That just happened to me, and I don't know if the mic picked it up. If it did, I'm sorry. In my defense, I popped my back really good when that happened, so like, bounce down. Okay. I stretched. It felt good. I thankfully worked out. I think I worked out the majority, if not the entirety, of that knot in my back that was fucking me up yesterday. Can't believe it fucked up. Wait, what's fucked up? Wait, did you guys hear the comment? Okay. I was stretching. I was stretching on my bed because I used my bed to lay down and actually like pull my legs and stuff to like stretch my hips. And I felt like a good part of my body pop. And then my body proceeded to rip ass immediately afterwards, and I don't know why. That was a good stretch. But hello, Celestial, and yes, I haven't played this game until today. My lovely new Aunt Kaylee, most unwanted truth, got me the game. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. There's now a cat in my room. Oh yeah, the getting the price is really hard. Cat, why are you... What do you want? What do you want? What? I'm streaming! I can't give you attention. Can't help, I'm being accosted by a fucking cat. Okay, let me adjust the price of these. I want to see if I can get them to a price people like. Oh, there we go. Finally, we found a price that they'll take them for. I got really lucky that a lot of them I got either on the first try or like second try or third. But some take like 5, and I'm like, why? Hi, Illumitium. You missed. There was a Sev 1. You missed it. There was a Sev 1 last night. It was so funny. Oh, they upgraded it? It originally was a Sev 1. Apparently they're monitoring it now. I don't know if it's still acting up, but... It was a Sev 2 while you were at work. For us, it became a Sev 1 for us. Well, it started from like 9 p.m. my time. Like right now it's 10:21 a.m., right? It started from like 9 p.m. my time to like midnight. It was really funny. Buy my shit. I have many goodies. Why are you just wandering around in my store? Yeah, that shit was funny when it happened. I was like, oh, well, here we are. Yeah, for mine, it was about 8 p.m. when we noticed that most of our systems were down. Yeah, I was in the restroom when it happened because I was putting Tiger Balm on my back. When I came back, they're like, hey, can you see if you can log in anything on your computer? I'm like, why? And I go look, I'm like, oh, nothing's working. And then, like, afterwards, we had to, like, help people, like, basically with their punches because the system wasn't fucking tracking anything. It was insane. Words trader rectum for 7 days diet. Buy something or get out. Exactly. I'm gonna save this and this just in case they're useful later. I didn't make a lot of money. Now, let's go do our enchantments. Because we have enough for a lot of enchantment. Alright. Each dungeon can have a little area of the next dungeon updates to early access higher tier stuff. I like that. That's very useful. In fact, just remind me, I want to check something. I want to learn what... I need to find out what the other material is for these upgraded potions. The plant area you found was the next dungeon. Ooh. Can I request this character during the night? Fuck, I gotta wait till morning. Oh, can I do... Can I at least get that taken care of? Might as well so I have it. Oh, I should put... Hold on, I gotta go put these... I'm gonna go put these up. My inventory's empty. I hope I can, like, upgrade my inventory later. Like, my inventory that I have on me. That'd be nice. Alright, chat, we're locking the fuck in. As you just being in a game, I saw how much you enjoyed that demo. Oh no, I'm hooked. I'm gonna be dead ass with you. I'm so glad you told me about this game. Look at me. Nope. There we go. I do not want to lose those goodies. Is this a new one? Let me check. Nope, this is similar to the other ones. Okay. Okay, let's go down here. That's a healing spot. Come to you later. Oh, fuck. Okay, quick move. Quick move. No! Ooh. There we go. What the fuck are you? Oh. Stupid, that's what you are. Lamau? I figured that big boy was a jumper? Oh! Okay, I'll head back there in a second. Oh, I see the sparkle, so I could just... Ooh, wait, what the fuck is this? Golem history. Hold on, fuck, I gotta, I want the book. Free book. Got that. I hate that big one. There we go. And where are their bodies? I would have had to say these golems have been fighting here for centuries. Whatever power supplies them, it must be darn near infinite. I'm gonna sell this one at the very least, because I already have, like, 3. Hi, now. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? Would you like me to tell you the lower end of the ideal price range for that book? And if had you only had one, $27.50 minimum. Oh, I could cook with that. That's delicious. Oh, then we have goodies. Hold on. My goodies down. I'm like actually starting to get better at this game. I've learned his attack patterns. It makes me happy. Goodies. Now I'm gonna abscond with my goodies. Mainly because I want to go make those gauntlets. I thought I had enough of those. Oh, huh. I was also trying to make the rest of the armor. No, it's because I didn't save enough, that's why I think. See, look, I only saved 4. But I'm gonna go get the rest, when I go for the dungeons again. And I'm gonna put the stuff from the other area in here, though, so it's... so I can save it. I'll sell that stuff later. Alright. Hold open shop. Buy my shit! There's nothing in there. I put that there as a ruse. You have a 48-day timer then? What do you mean a 48-day timer? For what? Oh, yeah. So, context. A long time ago, when I got let go from my old job, I had started a subathon with the goal of the money from the subathon would help me get to like interviews and stuff while I search for another job. Now, I didn't expect the subathon to continue 3 years later because chat will not free me from the tournament. They keep adding to the timer. It's at 48 days now. Basically every sub adds 20 minutes. Every $5 donation, every $5, which is either bits, pure donations, or like my throne, for example, because I have a throne, also counts towards it. So chat's just been keeping me streaming forever. I think that's their goal. Kinda scary. Oh, I need to put more stuff in here. So this is 2750, right? We're about to make so much money! What about kind words? That would be I would be at like 200 days if I did that. I am thinking of putting in a system though where they can use their points to gamble. So I want to make a wheel that they can roll it and it will add anything from 20 minutes to my timer to like 7 days. Like they could just make it exponentially worse. Oh, I just made so much fucking money! Money, 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 money. I feel like I should keep that rich jelly. I feel like that's gonna come in handy. I'll peddle my wares elsewhere. Oh! I put that there without a price. That would have been bad. That would have been terrible. Chat, I almost fucked myself. Not in the way that I like to be fucked. Don't you already overwhelm Nana with kind words and encouragement? So I saw how... Well, no, was it me or you that almost made Nana cry yesterday? I can't remember. It was one of us. One of us almost did it. Also, thanks to y'all, I downloaded Raft again. Okay, I've made all the money today. Time to close my store. Now, I have all this fucking money. I made her cry more times than I can remember. Why am I not surprised? One day I will also make her cry. And I'll get to tap my little gremlin fingers together. Because she deserves to feel cool. Because she is cool. That's my wish list. I'm gonna add. I should add those to my wish list. That way I can like make sure I keep getting what I need for them. But it is 10:42. I gotta get up for work in like 5 hours. So I'm gonna stop here. But this game is really fucking fun. This game is really fun. This is gonna get added to the rotation. I didn't expect to yap so much today. I sure hope I don't lose my voice. I don't know why my voice is doing this, but it's doing this. But thank y'all for coming by and hanging out with me and being cool. Thank you especially to Aunt Kaylee for being the reason I have this fucking this game in the first place. You, ma'am, are truly kind. Hold on. Hold on. Why am I being given praise? You, ma'am, are a truly kind, sweet person. Deserves to have all nice things. Please never forget you are loved and valued. I'm going to cry myself to sleep now. This is. I'm not used to that at all. Like ow. I'm actively being stunlocked. Why am I actively being stunlocked? I'm gonna cry. I'm not. Why are you sniffing me, Beck?
Smell like bitches.
I just hope I can still keep bringing nice, fun things to the world. That's what matters to me. I want to keep bringing good to the world. And especially with by doing my shenanigans on the internet. My throat hurty. Let me look for my list of people who are streaming right now. Let me look. I know who we could go say hi to. Yeah, I'm gonna introduce you to someone who's really cool. I mean, I've rated them a few times. It is Panda. Panda Wandas. You'd be surprised, I don't know, if you're playing sketchies with us, so you could be a space pirate. I want to like jump sharks in Rift for Nana. I want her to watch me just start like throwing hands with Bruce at all times. You never have to worry about upgrading your dock when your ship when I am the upgrade. I'm single-handedly fighting Bruce every single day. What are you gonna do? Stop me? What's Bruce gonna do? Bite me? I'll bite back. I do need to play sketchies. It sounded really fun when y'all were talking about it. I'm sending y'all to go say hi to Panda. I'm going to go, fight. God damn it, Gage. I'm gonna go rest now, so I can sleep. I'm probably a little psycho. I am the most psycho of gremlins around these parts. I'm gonna cry over the praise. I'm not used to this. Y'all be safe, take care of yourselves, have fun at Panda's place. Those are links to my Discord and my socials if you guys want to follow me there and see what I'm up to. We're not gonna have a community night this Saturday. I'm probably gonna do one next Saturday. Because I'm probably gonna have to do overtime. Get used to it. I hope you're ready to see me cry, then. I hope you're ready for that. I'm gonna have to buy extra goddamn tissues. Alright. Y'all have fun. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Depending on how my throat is, tomorrow after work, I will probably stream. Look up the last conflict. I will write that down, yes.